What's up, guys? Um, I'm back after the introduction video. This is my second video on my channel, and I don't really know what topics we should start off with. So naturally, since I brought up gaming in my last video, that was the first topic. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just start talking about gaming a little bit and my history with gaming, and then some of you can comment below or contact me and let me know what kind of stuff you would like to see or like you would like to talk about. My whole channel I want to be about discussion, but for that to happen, I have to tell you a little bit about myself. So to start off with, um, of course, I was born in 1987. My parents divorced at an early age, and my mom and my stepdad have been together since I was about 4 years old. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because, like, my stepfather is what really kind of introduced me into gaming. When him and my mother first met, I know he had an Atari. Um, I'm not exactly sure which one of the two consoles it was, whether it was the 5200 or whatever the two Atari consoles were. I'm not sure if it was the 2600 or if it was the 5200. Uh, but I remember he had tons of games. He had he had so many freaking games. All the games that like the popular games that we know today. Galaga, Galaxian, Pitfall, Donkey Kong, Pole Position, anything you can think of. I also remember he also had a regular Nintendo, uh, also known as the Nintendo Entertainment System or NES. But here in Alabama, everything it's all Nintendo. Anything Nintendo consoles Nintendo. But he had the regular Nintendo, as we called it. And I remember he had a pretty good selection of games into, all your classic Super Mario Brothers, um, all that good stuff. But it wasn't until one Christmas, I think I was 5, so that would have been in 1992. He had bought me a Sega Genesis for Christmas, and this is really where uh, my first gaming experience began. And for some reason, I had all the sequels to the game. So I started off on Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Streets of Rage 2. I had this game called Primal Rage, um, Vector Man 2. For some reason, I had all the sequels. So that's where I began, and to this day, especially Mortal Kombat became a huge staple of me gaming. I'm still a fan of Mortal Kombat. Um, and not even in the fighting games really. I love Mortal Kombat for the lore, the story, the characters. It's just a really fun game to me, and and it's got a lot of hidden things to explore. And I think that it could become more than it is today, really. Um, but anyway, so yeah, that's where I started off. Um, and then I know at some point I had gotten a Game Boy, and I remember getting Pokemon. I had the blue version, And so ever since then, I've also been a Pokemon fan. It's the only reason why I even have a Nintendo console to this day, honestly. Uh, I have a Switch, and the only thing I play on it is Pokemon. I've always been a fan of water Pokemon. I always started with Squirtle. He's my OG number one. Um, but anyways, I've had the Nintendo 64. I've had a Nintendo Wii. I've had the Switch. I've had I skipped with PlayStation. I skipped the PlayStation One. A lot of my friends had PlayStation One, but I didn't really become a PlayStation gamer until PS2 came out. Um, but I went over to a lot of my friends' houses and played the PlayStation One. I remember playing Final Fantasy VII and Crash Crash Bandicoot, um, the first Tomb Raider game or whatever. Um, but when the PlayStation 2 came out, that's when I really became a real PlayStation gamer. Had a lot of games for the PlayStation 2, God of War, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 12, uh, all those great games. And then it was kind of the same way with the Xbox. I was kind of a little late for the Xbox because I had the PlayStation 2. Um, a lot of my friends had the Xbox, and I remember going over their house and playing Halo and Fable and all that good stuff. But it wasn't until the Xbox 360 came out and I got the 360, and then I really became a huge Xbox gamer. I remember Dragon Age Origins, Fable 2. Fable 2 is my all-time favorite game to this day. I remember going back and playing the old Star Wars Knights of the Republic, also one of my favorite games to this day. Um, then from the 360, I kind of drifted away from PlayStation. I skipped the PlayStation 3. I got the Xbox One. I did eventually buy a PS4, but I also had the Xbox One X at the same time. And I ended up getting the Series X instead of the PS5, but I do plan on getting the PS5. Some of the other consoles I also had the Sega Dreamcast, which was very short-lived. It had limited amount of games. But anyways, that's my introduction to games and as gamers. Really huge fan of Mortal Kombat, like I said. But I'm also a huge fan of RPG games and storytelling games. I love all the cinematic, like, uh, some games that people call walking simulators, the Life is Strange games, um, Baldur's Gate, Starfield, any of that stuff. Anything by Obsidian, BioWare, Bethesda, and a lot of people be hating on these companies nowadays, but those are the games that I started on. Those are the games I really enjoy. Anything by Don't Nod, anything by Quantum Dreams, the Detroit Becoming Humans is also one of my favorite games of all time. Um, but anyways, that's where I stand with gaming. Um, like I said, I currently own the Xbox Series X and the Nintendo Switch, just the first one, which majorly I only play Pokemon on it. Most recently the Pokemon Legends ZA game. And that's it for gaming. So for our first videos going forward, uh, talk in the comments below and let me know what games you like. Let me know what games you want to discuss, what kind of topics we should pick. Um, but yeah, thanks guys. See you later.